Welcome to P&G Innovation Expo Live, the podcast series that unveils the power of P&G innovation. I'm Liam.
And I'm Pam.
And we are your hosts. And today we are honoured to be joined by Vittorio Cretella, P&G's Chief Information Officer for the globe.
Hello there. Thanks for having me.
So Vittorio, let's get started. ChatGPT, generative AI, has been the talk of town since January. So could you please educate us?
Sure. So generative AI is the latest series of machine learning models. Has been developed over the past 10 years. It became famous and the breakthrough was with ChatGPT, which is one version of generative AI model being available to the public. But the technology, as I said, has been worked on for quite a while. On generative AI, there are two fundamental types of models. The ones that understand and create sequences of text and speech, as well as the ones that create images. And ChatGPT is one platform, is one model, but there are others that are both from major vendors as well as open source movement. And so I think the combination of the power of the cloud that provides so much computing power as well as storage capacity, but above all, I say the user interface, the fact that through these models and through some of the services that have been available to the public, everybody can interact with AI. Previously, AI was a black box in the background, and now it's visible and can connect. It can hold conversations with anybody. And so that has made generative AI and AI as a whole such a recurrent themes in everybody's mind these days. At P&G, we have been working on generative AI. We have hundreds of use cases and at least 10 or 12 already active. The areas where we can generate value out of generative AI include, on one hand, as you may expect, productivity. So every time that you use these algorithms to create a draft content and to provide help, employees to automate some of the tasks, doing, say, an 80-20 job in preparing, summarizing some of the knowledge that they can work on. So that's one key area. The other one is content creation. I think that in the future, the work of creative and the work of agency will be transformed by this technology. And we already see areas where we can use generative AI to create content. The way we do it is by both having the technology. So we have built an area on which these use cases are enabled and implemented, as well as the whole framework, including the legal dimension.
We've been speaking a lot today about how innovation, as we're at the Innovation Expo, and sustainability are needing to go hand in hand to deliver superiority.
Sure, it does. It does already. So a couple of areas. First of all is through technology, through data, we are able to now trace origination and content specs from packaging and raw material down to the shelf and to the consumer. So provide, if you want, number one, the transparency and the awareness in any of our business processes, starting with product innovation down to distribution of the impact, the footprint on the planet that our products have. So that's one important. The second thing is use technology to manage energy and water consumption. And we have quite a few examples already in our manufacturing plants where we use sensors that are deployed across the production line, environment, in the plant, data that is extracted, sent to the cloud where models, AI models are built, and then redeployed to provide optimum efficiency and therefore reduce waste, optimize use of energy. Well, as usual, we want to do the right thing. We want to protect, the privacy of our consumers. We want to make sure that our intellectual property and the value is protected. So, indeed, with generative AI, there are a couple of dimensions to bear in mind. And the one important thing is, I spoke about these foundational models that are made available to the public, which we shouldn't use for business purposes, for the simple reasons that we can't ensure that the data that are used to train these models don't become then available to everybody. And there are instances in recent past where some companies have done that. Some employees have involuntarily or involuntarily fed these public generative AI engines with intellectual property then became available to a competitor.
Thank you. That was so interesting and insightful. And now our final question, which we've been asking everyone on the series. So you've walked through the Innovation Expo showcasing innovation from across P&G's brands. Which one has stood out to you the most? Which has excited you?
Well, it's a very difficult question. So clearly there are quite a few new exciting things that I hadn't heard. The thing I like the most is not only we are using pervasively and more digital as a component of the consumer value proposition, but also I can see that across the board, in each of the categories, digital, data, and AI are used to foster innovation and to accelerate innovation. It's great that we tap into that because it's the only way we will continue to fuel all the superiority, the vector of superiority dimensions.
Great, thank you. This brings us to the end of this enlightening episode at the P&G Broadcasting Studio.
Thank you, Vittorio. And we hope you all enjoyed this episode. And thank you for coming along with us on our journey to uncover the secrets of P&G innovation.
Until next time, keep innovating.